Future Toastmaster. Have you ever thought about something nice to do for someone and then put it off and put it off and put it off until you finally forgot about it? I have many times. Noted humorist Dr. Charlie Jarvis wrote a poem that explains why our charitable thoughts sometimes just become only good intentions. First verse goes like this. Life's a trial, life's a worry. Life's a problem, life's a hurry. Life's a busy, crowded way. Good intentions go astray. You know, it's easy to think about nice things to do. The hard part is putting them into action. But without action, our good intentions become like pictures never painted, songs never sung. But you know, procrastination is not always the reason that we put off action. Sometimes we get into negative thinking and we're resentful. We're judgmental. And we do absolutely nothing. We don't have to wait until somebody does something nice for us in order to do something nice for them. Being nice should be a proactive behavior, not a reactive response. We need to put our best foot forward and be nice to everyone we meet. William Makepeace Thackeray wrote, "The world is a looking glass and gives back to every man a reflection of his own face." If someone gives you a dirty look, maybe you ought to look in the mirror and see what you're projecting. Projections and reflections also work in Toastmasters. If you're making a speech and you're excited, the audience is excited. But if you're dull, they take a nap. I remember a story about an old fellow who was snoring in church. It annoyed the preacher so much that he called an usher up front and said, "Go wake that guy up." The usher looked up at him and says, "You wake him, you put him to sleep." We have to assume full responsibility for our own reflections. If we want to see joy, we must be joyful. If we want to see kindness, we must be kind. If we want to see love, we have to be loving. It's as simple as that. One of our biggest problems, Lord, we get confused when we talk about helping someone or doing something nice for someone. We get confused with how to do it, what to do. Well, let me give you an example. Several years ago, I had a dear friend whose wife died of cancer. She was only 26 years old. I knew he was hurting, and I could feel his pain, but I didn't call him on the phone. I didn't go by the house to visit. I wanted to, but I didn't because I didn't know what to say. Oh, I sent flowers and I went to the funeral, but I failed him as a friend. A friend is not just someone to laugh with. It's someone to cry, to lean on in time of need. You don't have to say anything. Just be there. I had a chance to exonerate myself several years later when I was making a speech at a retirement center east of Owasso. And I finished and I started back into town, and I thought, now should I go on through town and go home on Highway 75, or should I turn south on 169 and go in on 244? It's about the same distance, to make a difference. Then I had an urge to visit an old friend in southeast Tulsa who was very seriously ill. I As I pondered this, the last verse of Dr. Jarvis's poem started going through my mind. I said, I had a friend the other day. I haven't now. He passed away. I meant to phone, to call, to win, but he didn't hear from me at all. I hope that he can always see what his friendship meant to me. Life's a busy, crowded way. Good intentions gone astray. As I got to 169, the car almost turned on it almost all by itself. I went by to see him. We had a wonderful visit. And I've always been glad that I did that because he died a week later. Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote, "The bitterest tears shed over graves are for words left unsaid and deeds left undone." We must never allow our noble thoughts to become only good intentions. Let's say the words. Let's do the deeds. While our loved ones are still around to appreciate them, because we never know how soon it may be too late.